everyone. I hope you're well this morning and raring to go. So it's Ignite and Flow this morning. Vinyasa Flow will be building some heat through binding, some twists, and we'll be exploring headstand and crow pose today. If at any time it's too much, please feel free to come down to child's pose. I tend not to queue to drink water, so if you need a sip, then please help yourself. Also, as it's Vinyasa Flow, we'll be doing lots of vinyasas. If at any time that also becomes too much or your energy levels just aren't there, feel free just to rest in downward dog or child's pose and then meet up again as we come into the next standing or seated pose. We will start seated today, so come into Sukhasana, cross-legged. You can either have the shins crossed if you're a little more open through the hips, or you're trying to come a little more open through the hips. You can line up the feet and the heels on the mat. Sitting on a pillow or block can be really helpful here too as well. So rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through nose and out through mouth. Just sighing out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Closing your mouth now. Let's begin to cultivate a full breath. So inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Continuing with this full breath at your own pace, but trying to bring evenness to inhale and exhale. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, engage your Ujjayi breath here now. Contracting back of throat. Lifting up through Mula Bandha, drawing in of Uddiyana Bandha. Rooting down through your bottom, extending through the back of the neck on inhale. Exhale, softening shoulders, grounding. Eyes remain closed. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. As it's our class, an early morning class, let's set an intention for our day. Make it conscious what you'd like to bring to your day today. Whether that's on the mat or off the mat, or both. Opening your eyes now, let's warm up, a little stiff probably after rolling out of bed. So inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, twist to the right. Let's start to build some heat. Left hand to right knee, just a gentle twist. Inhale, back to center with the hands. Exhale, left. Drop those shoulders down. Inhale, come on up with the arms. If you need to, come off your block or blanket if you're too high. Exhale, walk those hands forward now and come into a
forward fold. Just stretching through those hips, the back and spine. Inhale, rise onto fingertips, and exhale, walk the hands back, swap the legs over. Arms rise, inhale, and exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, rise onto fingertips again, and exhale, walk back. Take the knees out to the side, a few cat cow and planks. But first of all, walk the hands forward, toes tuck under, first downward dog of the day. Inhale, lift those hips up and back. Pedal out through your feet. Take the head from side to side. From here now, inhale, push forward to plank. Hold it here, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale, lower onto the knees. Inhale, bottom lift, chest extends. Stretch through front body, open through spine at the back. Exhale, toes tuck under, downward dog. Press the floor away. Again, if you wish to move here, please do. Inhale, back to your plank. Exhale, lower the knees with control using your core. Inhale, bottom lifts, chest reaches forward. Exhale, now push back child's pose, slide the hands forward, begin to stretch through the underarms, so really walk those hands forward, even come up onto fingertips, stretch through the underarms, cross tops of shoulders. Hips working more, bottom working back to heels. Inhale, rise up, toes tuck under, back to your downward dog. 3 long breaths here now. Exhale, now gaze forward, step 1 foot at a time to the front, but cross the legs and use your hands to support you to come down onto the mat. So a little core work to also build some heat this morning. So first of all, just a little core control. So keep the feet to the mat in line with the hips, palms onto the thighs. So really slowly we're going to roll ourselves up. So inhale here. Exhale, slowly begin to lift those shoulder blades, see if you can reach the top of the knees. And exhale, slowly come down. Inhale. Exhale, begin to roll up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, roll back up. Try and keep those shoulder blades lifted. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, rolling up, holding it here. Draw that tummy back, try and press your back into the mat. Gaze ahead or up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Hands come onto the floor now. Squeeze the thighs together, right angles with the leg. So you will get an arch through the lower back here. See if you can press it down into the mat again. Knees stacking on top of hips, legs and feet. Feet in line with the knees. So try and maintain that. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale here. Squeeze thighs together now. Exhale, dip those heels towards the mat. Keep pressing the lower back into the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Final one. Inhale here. We're going to hold, so really press that lower back into the mat. Hold it there, let those feet hover an inch. Breathe. Exhale, release the legs now, the feet, extend the legs away, stretch out. Reach the arms away, point out through toes, inhale here. And exhale, sigh out. Completely relax. So if your back's okay, hug your knees into chest, roll 3 times along your spine. Otherwise, just roll out to the side and meet us in seated. So use that core strength, legs coming overhead. 2 and 3, come up, 2 cross-legged, and step it back to your downward dog again. Let's begin our flow, so just take one more breath here, fingertips spread out nice and wide, press into the outer edges of the hands. Exhale now, 1 foot at a time to the front. Take the feet hip width though. Inhale, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, first one of the day, so bend those knees as much as you need, interlace the fingers behind your back and reach those knuckles away. Let the neck hang, so opening through these shoulders as well today, with our binds, as well as twisting. Release the bind, core switches on, inhale, bring yourself up to stand, palms touch. And exhale, release the hands to the side. So coming into our flow, bringing the feet together. Inhale, reaching up, palms touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, tummy to thighs. Inhale, gazing pose, core switching on. Exhale, hands to mat, step back to plank. Inhale, lean forward a touch here. You can keep the knees lifted or drop them as you lower all the way down. Release toes. Inhale, cobra. Squeeze those elbows in, tops of the feet pressing into the mat, showing the heart center forward. Core on still as you exhale, push back through all fours, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Externally rotate those upper arms. Gaze back between the legs. Good morning to anyone who's joining us. You might be catching up. Exhale, gaze forward, step 1 foot at a time to the front. Try and choose the opposite leg. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge to rise. Inhale, come on up, palms touch. And exhale, release the hands. One more, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale now, yogi's choice. For a stronger, more hotter practice, I should say. Can't get my words out. Step or float it back to plank, or you can still step. Up to you. Lean forward a touch, inhale. Exhale, lower through plank or chaturanga now. Inhale, through to cobra or upward dog. And exhale, back to downward dog. 3 breaths. Thighs on. Exhale, bend through the knees, step or float to front now on the exhale. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale, we fold. Hinge to rise. Inhale, come on up, palms touch. And exhale, release, hands down. Toe heel the feet hip width. Arms rise, inhale. And exhale, forward fold again. Interlace those fingers, reach the knuckles away. Inhale here. Exhale, move the hands to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, move those hands to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hands down now. Bend through the knees, step or float back to your plank. Lean forward a touch, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Cobra upward dog, really reach that sternum forward. And exhale over knees or toes. Back to your downward dog. Rise onto toes, inhale, reach that right foot up towards the ceiling, split dog. Open out through the hip this time, see if you can lower that left heel, so bend that right leg, dip the toes to the left. Straighten that right leg now, level off the hips. Exhale, bring that right knee through the body, and that right leg behind the left wrist. So we're twisting here, opening out now, left arm reaches up. Exhale, release that left hand to the mat, core switches on, bring that right foot forward, warrior one. Left heel turns in, arms rise, inhale, come on up. Steady your breath if you've lost it here. Close those front ribs. Exhale now, warrior two. Adjust the stance. Draw back slightly so those shoulders are over the hips. Gaze over front hand. Exhale now, left hand up the back, right arm overhead. Go cow face or Gomukhasana arms. If you can find the bind, great. If not, grab a top or just rest the hands on the back. From here now, inhale, reach that right elbow back, find your reverse warrior. Gaze to the side or slightly forward, relax that neck. Perhaps lunge a little deeper. Inhale, release the arms now, come back to your warrior two. And exhale, windmill those hands back either side of that front foot. We inhale, take that right foot back up to your split dog. Hold it there, breathe through that stretch, that left leg. Inhale, push forward to three-legged plank now. Exhale, lama. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Couple of breaths here. And we'll come to the other side. Raise that left leg, split dog. You can come onto the right toes, inhale. Exhale, open through that top hip. Dip the left toes over to the right. Keep opening, keep reaching that left knee up. Inhale, extend left leg. Exhale, level off the hips. Bring that left foot behind the right wrist. Open up, twist. Twisted fallen angel. Reach open with that right arm. Might feel a nice stretch through this part of the left leg or hamstring. Exhale, release that right hand down, especially as you bring the hands down. Hug that left thigh back into the chest, round through the upper back. Left foot steps forward, right heel in, warrior one. Arms rise. And breathe here. So hopefully feeling a stretch through this right hip flexor. Close the front body again. Exhale, warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. Just the stance, right toes back a little out to the long side of the mat. Breathe here, adjust those shoulders over hips. Exhale now, right arm up the back, left elbow up and the left hand over the top. Coming into a Gomukhasana, inhale here. Exhale, reverse that warrior. This is quite intense. Anytime you need to let go, please do. Relax that neck, gaze just ahead or to the side. Lengthening through lower back still here. So try not to stick the bottom out. Inhale, opening. Warrior two. And exhale, release those hands either side of front foot again. We step that left foot up to a split dog. Inhale. Stretch through that right leg. See if you can level off the hips. Drop that right heel slightly. Inhale to plank. Three-legged plank. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Yogi's choice. And exhale, back to downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. You might need to shuffle the hands back now, but keep grounded through the right hand. Take that left hand over to the right calf, inhale here, or right calf or leg, and exhale, twist under that right arm. Inhale, release the left hand back. Exhale, twist to the opposite side, right hand takes left leg, we twist under that left arm on an exhale. Inhale, take that right hand back. And exhale, bend to the knees, gaze forward, step or float to the front. Really press that floor away if you're floating. Inhale, gazing pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hinge to rise. Inhale, come on up, palms touch. And exhale, release the hands down. Coming into a few more standing poses for our crow pose. Inhale, reach it. And exhale, Uttanasana, fold it forward. Inhale, gazing pose. So yogi's choice, you can step back to plank. If you'd like to try a little handstand practice, bring the hands to the mat. You might need to walk the feet back a little. And just try and hop up a couple of times, little tuck jumps. So we'll exhale, inhale, jump up. Have a couple of goes. See if you can find even just a moment of hover. If this isn't for you, no worries at all. Just step back to your plank, meet us in downward dog. The rest of us jump back or step back to your plank. Lower down on the exhale. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, back to downward dog. So we're coming back to our right hand side. Rise onto the toes. Inhale, right leg lift, split up. Exhale, right foot through to the hands now. Left heel turns in. We inhale, windmill up to stand. Straight leg. So coming into a long Trikonasana. Inhale here. Exhale, hips push back. Extend forward. And then we hinge and drop that right hand. Roll the left ribs up. Twist the body out to left. Hand resting on the leg. Come pats, take the toe. So stay here if this is enough. Really lift that kneecap, press into the big toe. If you like the bind, turn the left palm out. Take that hand over to the right hip, or perhaps even in a right thigh. Breathing there. Close those ribs again. Exhale, bend through this front leg now. Right fingertips come to the mat, or you can take a block under that right hand. So the fingertips are about 1 o'clock on that right hand. You can hop this left foot closer if you need, and release the bind if you need to as well. But we're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, so inhale, press and lift. Turn that left hip up towards, or out towards the side. Press back into an imaginary roll with that left foot. Breathe there. If you have the bind, keep rolling that left shoulder. Breathing there. Exhale slowly, lightly as you can. Place that left foot back to the mat. Right hand comes to the inside of right foot. You might need to slide that foot slightly further back. And we come into Parsvakonasana, bound. Again, if it's too much through the shoulder, please lift that left hand away. So you can stay here with this thigh or hip bind. Perhaps come a little further, take that right arm underneath and come into a full bind here. Draw that right hip back. Exhale, release the hands either side of front foot, coming into half Hanuman. Drop that back knee. We start to slide the hips back, right toes flex back. You might need to inch them forward. Inhale, come up tall. Hamstrings tight in the morning, maybe stay here or fold gently. Inhale, come forward, walk the hands forward, bend through that front leg, back knee lifts. Inhale, split dog. Open out through the hip again. Breathing there. Inhale, straighten that right leg, level off the hips. Exhale here. Inhale to plank, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, back to your downward dog. At this point, take a rest if you need to. Child's pose if you need. Otherwise, just stay here for one more breath. And your downward dog, and we'll come to the other side. Raise the left leg, inhale, split dog. Open out through the hip again. Try and drop that left shoulder. Straighten left leg. Exhale, level off the hips. Left foot comes forward. Trikonasana, an extended variation. Inhale, come on up. So back toes are in slightly. Lengthen, inhale, stand tall. Legs strong. Exhale, hinge. Push the hips back. Bring the left hand down. Right arm up above the shoulder. And breathe here. Notice if that left shoulder's coming up to the ear. Can you draw it down? Taking that bind, if you have the bind on the other side, you want to try here. Roll that right shoulder open. Exhale, bend that front leg. Left hand to 11 o'clock now, coming into your Ardha Chandrasana. Legs strong. In, lift up through Mula Bandha. Inhale, press and lift to come to your Ardha Chandrasana. Stamp into the wall behind. Roll right hip open, right shoulder open. Gaze to floor or side, it's a bit more challenging. Lift up through Mula Bandha. Steady that breath. Exhale with control, slowly bend left leg. Take that right foot back, left hand to the inside of that left foot. You might need to slide that right foot back. If you've got mat space, roll that right shoulder open. Bound past Svakonasana. Roll that right shoulder up. If it's too much, again, release. Or maybe even take the left arm under. Trying to draw yourself away from that front leg. Draw that shoulder down. Should be feeling a little heat now through these binds. Exhale, release the hands either side of that front foot. Drop your back knee. Inhale here. And exhale, hips come back, left toes flex back. Adjust that left foot forward slightly. Half Hanuman, stay high or fold on the exhale. Inhale, come forward, hands to mat, and exhale, we step back, or no, we inhale back to, I should say, back to a split dog. Exhale, open out through that hip one last time. Inhale, extend that left leg. Exhale, level off the hips, push forward and lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Opening through those shoulders a little more here. If you can do it at the same time, try and lower both forearms to the mat or go one at a time. So the key with that to lower at the same time is to externally rotate those upper arms and then bend through the elbows. Coming into dolphin. Walk those feet forward now. Just an inch or two, and then press the floor away. Opening through those shoulders, building strength. You can stay here if you want to come a little deeper, work on some more strength. Walk the feet forward so your shoulders stack more over the forearms, and inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, release the right leg at any time. Please rest if you need to. Inhale, extend left. Exhale, now release the left foot. Drop to the knees, we'll give our arms a rest. Child's pose, taking hands back to feet. And just resting there for a few breaths. Sliding the hands forward, toes tuck under, push back to downward dog. From here, we raise the right leg, inhale, split dog. Exhale, open out through the hip again. Yogi's choice now. If you'd like to, you can take a wild thing. So I'm just swapping around for room. So you can start to dip those right toes. Pivot, turn that left heel out. Slowly take the right toes to the mat and we open out. Or just stay in the previous variation, just opening through the hips. Exhale, gaze back to the mat now. Pivot on that left foot. Bring the right hand to the mat. Right foot comes forward, high lunge. Adjust the feet slightly wider to hip width. Arms rise. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, lunge. Slide that left foot back. Morning, everyone. Everyone else who's joining us a little later, don't blame you. Breathe there. Exhale now, interlace the hands behind, left heel turns in, warrior, humble warrior. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, open. Exhale, fold that forward, fold it forward. Bring yourself down onto that front leg, perhaps to the inside of that front leg. Reach those knuckles away. Draw that right thigh bone, hip bone back. Perhaps come a little deeper with each exhale. Release the bind now. Bring the hands to the mat. Drop that back knee. So coming into a reverse Parsvakonasana. We'll just stay with right angles on the legs to begin with. Left arm lifts. Inhale. And exhale, take that elbow. Left elbow to the outside edge of right thigh. Palms come together. Inhale, press yourself away from the front leg. And exhale, twist to the right. So you can stay here, it's quite a deep twist already. If you'd like to bind, see if you can inch that left arm underneath the right leg to find a bind and lift yourself away from the front leg. If you'd like to try also here, tuck the back toes under, slide that left foot back, lift the knee, lift yourself away from the front leg. You can do the same if you're in the prayer variation. Just see how you go. One more breath here. I know these are strong. Exhale, release the hands down. From here now, roll onto the outside edge of that left foot. We inhale, stack right foot on top of left. If you would like to come a little deeper, see if you can extend that right foot up, maybe the right arm. Side plank variation. Little balance. Exhale now, release the right foot, right hand. We vinyasa if you've got that in you now. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Coming into our wild thing on this side. Rise onto the toes. Inhale, left leg lift, split dog. Open out through the hip first of all. Test this side. Stay here if that works for you. Otherwise, rise onto the right toes. Pivot, drop the heels. Slowly take that left foot down with control. Open out. Inhale, so those back toes are facing the back of the mat now. They've followed you around. Exhale, gaze back to the right hand. Pivot on right foot. Left hand down. Left foot forward. High lunge. Adjust those feet. Arms rise. Inhale here. Exhale. Lower, slide those right toes back. Gaze ahead, steady breath. Exhale, interlace the hands, interlace them the other way around now. Right heel turns in, coming into a warrior legs for our humble warrior. Roll those shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen and lift up. Exhale, fold forward, bend that front leg. Try and rest on the leg or come to the inside of the leg so you can begin to work a little deeper and reach those knuckles away. So we're opening out through this outer left hip, maybe the hamstring as well here, open to the shoulders, there's balance, there's lots going on. Keep leaning forward, reaching the head forward. Back leg strong, press into the outer edge of that back foot. Exhale, release the hands down now. Drop that back knee. And we come to the twist on the other side. So starting with the legs at right angles, back toes tucked under. Inhale, raise the right arm. Exhale, right elbow, left thigh, hands to prayer. Inhale, press yourself away. And exhale, twist. Trying to bring those hands towards the heart center, middle of chest. Staying here, you can lift the back knee, of course, or snuggle down. See if you can slide. This is my trickier side. Might need a little persuasion. Inch that right arm, right hand underneath left leg to find the left hand. Staying here, reaching away, or gaze to the front foot, back knee lifts, slide that right foot away. Breathing here, gaze can be to floor, side, or even over that left shoulder. Hug the midline together, so try not to skew the hips if you can help it. Exhale, release those hands. Inhale back to a split, oops. If you don't take your lamp out, inhale back to a split dog. Maybe open out through the hips. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Release the foot to the mat. Inhale to your vinyasa. Push to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Hold your upward dog now. Or your cobra. Shine that heart center forward. Shoulder heads reaching back. Exhale, drop to the knees now. Child's pose, just release back. Arms can walk forward or hands can come back towards the feet. Just relax here, steady the breath. Inhale, roll up now to seated. We're coming into Malasana. Another bind though, just to open out through those hips a little more and shoulders. So take the feet slightly wider than hip width. If you need blocks or pillows underneath the heels, please do grab them now. So first variation, elbows to the inner thighs. We inhale, open out, bring those hands to the heart center again, staying here. Or I'll show you from the side. First step, right fingertips out to the side. Left arm can lift and we twist left. If you're finding a bind here, perhaps snuggle a little deeper. Start to, so the right arm's in front of the knee or shin, and then we roll the shoulder in, the palm out to bring that right hand to that right hip. The left arm reaches up and over, and we try and find a connection with those fingertips. If you have the bind, really try not to stay folded forward. Try and create some space, lift up, away and left. Release the bind if you have the bind. If you have the hands to the heart center as well, everyone reach up, take the arms up. Bit of core strength, back strength. Exhale, bring the hands back through to heart center. Again, inhale, take the left arm out, right arm up. If you're working to here, or snuggle in, take the left hand back, right hand over. So that left hand holds the right. Inhale, lift away. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, now release the hands, drop onto the knees. So we're coming into a frog pose before we come into our crow, just to open the hips a little more. So you need to turn yourself lengthways on the mat, or to face the side. So you're not facing forward, you're just facing the side. Ideally, some towels underneath help, but for today, we'll begin to just walk the knees out to the side. Hopefully you can see my legs, I won't go as deep today. We want to have the feet in line with the knees and the knees in line with the hips. So we don't want the feet coming in, keep them in line with the knees. So right angles essentially. Then from here, begin to sink. Perhaps you're staying up high, that's absolutely fine. Perhaps come onto the forearms. So the great thing about having towels
I'll put a post next week if I do this next week, is that you can slide. Really, you need a wooden floor as well, so you can slide the knees away as you relax here, or find more space in the pose. So let's take a few breaths here. Enjoy the stillness, the calm. Try and relax toes. Notice if you're holding on to tension in the groin, can you let go? To come out, walk back up onto the hands. Slowly you can bring the feet in to tuck the toes under to help you take the weight out of the legs. Slide those knees in. So I promised some crow pose, so we'll come into this now, showing you from the side. Come up onto the feet, the heels, and bring the feet together. Then rise as high up onto the toes as you can, so rather than having the feet down, try and rise up because it brings the knees higher. From here now, take the knees wide and snuggle yourself in. Bring the arms in front. So the arms are pretty much straight, and you should see now from my back, my upper back is actually beginning to round, and that's what we need in our crow pose. We want to keep that rounding to engage through the shoulder girdle. So squeeze the knees onto the arms press back, gaze forward in front of the hands. Use your core strength here that we worked at the start, we ignited at the start. We inhale, roll forward. Just roll forward and hold. Press the floor away, round to the back. This is great for strength. Squeeze the feet towards each other. You'll feel your lower core working even with the feet still down. Exhale, roll back. So even that I can really feel myself. We'll come again. Inhale, roll forward. If you didn't have enough space, you'll need to walk those hands forward. Press the floor away, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, come back. So yes, if you find you haven't got anywhere to lean, walk those hands forward. Next variation, 1 foot at a time. If you need a pillow for your head, grab one. It could be great. Psychologically, sometimes we need that. Inhale, roll forward, 1 foot in. Hold it there, and then swap. Exhale, back. Release onto the knees for a second. Just shake out your wrists. We've already done quite a few crows already. We'll try and go for the full pose now. Drop on, come back onto the toes. Lift those heels, snuggle in, arms in front. So fingertips nice and wide. And use those fingertips, so when you feel as if you're falling forward, pull back, grab back, and that should stop you. So gaze forward, inhale, roll forward, lift up through the hips. Maybe 1 foot in at a time, maybe both coming in together. But squeeze those inner thighs together, press the floor away, gaze ahead. Exhale, release down now everyone. Release onto the knees. You can relax tops of the feet to the mat as well. Nice little ankle stretch, and just circle your wrists one way and the other. We've been on them a lot today. Shake them out. In fact, we'll do a nice little wrist release. So from here, turn both hands back behind you, so lead with the little finger. Inhale here, core on, legs engaged so you don't have too much weight through the hands. Exhale, sit back, so we're just stretching through the underarms, or the underside of the forearms I should say. So just breathe there. Inhale, come back, turn the hands to face forward. We'll do these one at a time. It's a little bit more sensitive. We turn top of the left hand to the mat, so the wrist is pressing down into the mat. Inhale here. Try and keep that wrist pressing down. Exhale, start to sit back. As soon as the wrist begins to lift, don't go any further, just stay there. Your arms may be bent as well. Some people's can be straight, some people's are bent. It's absolutely fine. Exhale, release forward or swap sides. Right hand to the mat, top of the right hand to the mat. Inhale and exhale. It's quite an intense stretch, especially after spending so long or so much time on the wrists. Inhale, we come out, and exhale, we come to seated. Release the legs in front. So we'll come to Baddha Konasana. Bring soles of the feet together. As close to you as possible. You can always shuffle forward here. Hands around the feet now, clasp them around the feet. Inhale, sit tall. Stay here, or exhale, hinge forward, pressing those inner thighs gently open. Little persuasion, not forcing. Use that breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chin can tuck in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to a gazing pose, so halfway, long spine. Exhale, release out. So we're going to come into what's called Upavista Konasana. So a little bit of fun as well this morning. So you might roll around, and that's absolutely fine. So we'll take hold of our big toes with the first two fingers and thumb. So index finger and middle finger together, and the thumb, they wrap around the big toes. We inhale, sit tall. So your core's helping you balance here, sit tall. See if you can lift the feet off the mat. Now keep the chest lifted. Inhale, see if you can extend that right leg away. Don't worry if the leg won't straighten if you're tight through the hamstrings. Also, if you have a strap here, it can be really handy to do this one at a time with the strap. So keep the chest lifted. Inhale here. Exhale, draw that right foot back in. Inhale, extend. Push away through those toes. Exhale, coming back in. Rest down for a moment, and I'll show you from the side, just so you can see the lift. Now you can repeat the same one at a time, or you can try going both legs together. Be prepared, you might roll back, so make sure you have some free space behind you. So we'll rock back slightly so we can lift those feet. Keep that chest lifted, try not to round. Inhale, extend the legs away, one at a time, or both at the same time. So yes, there might be a little bit of wobbling, but keep lifting the chest, keep pressing away with the toes, and you pull back with the hands, so counter balance here. Exhale, now slowly release the feet to the mat. Cross the legs, roll over the legs. Before we completely come down onto the mat to chill out, to relax, a few forward folds, let's come into headstand as I promised. So creating your cage, you don't have to take your feet off the floor today. If you prefer to take shoulder stand or legs up the wall, please feel free to. So we'll interlace the fingers. There's a couple of options. You can have the hands open. This tends to be a more beginner's variation. And then you can start to bring the heels of the hands together. So if you're trying to progress, it's a little bit more challenging to have the heels of the hands together. Whatever happens, the little finger on the underside of the bind, tuck it under so there's not too much pressure through those little fingers. Take your pick, whether it's hands cupped and open or together. You're essentially creating a rest for the back of your head. Walk the elbows in so that the forearms are parallel, elbows in line with shoulders. You can always clasp the upper arms with the hands just to be sure. Top of the head comes to the mat now. Press the floor away already here. Create space around and through the shoulders and the ears, and the shoulder girdle begins to engage. We want this head to be on the mat as lightly as possible one day. So toes tuck under, inhale, lift the hips. You can stay here. If you want to work a little further into the pose, keep pressing the floor away, walk the feet in, and keep walking the feet in.
It's easier to come into headstand the closer the hips are over the shoulders. So bring one foot into the bottom, keep pressing, maybe bring the other. You can stay here, extend one leg at a time, but keep pressing that floor away. You might also, if you're just working on coming up, just extend or bring one foot into the bottom, keep pressing with that base toe. You might not come up today, but you will eventually. There'll be a little point of hover. So keep working, core work, squeeze the thigh into the chest if you're coming into the tuck. And now release down.
Release the arms forward, child's pose.
We'll slowly roll up to seated.
Rest the hands on the thighs. Inhale, reach the chin up. Don't drop the head back, but we'll just reach the chin up. Open the throat here. Exhale, chin tucks into chest. So we lengthen through the back of neck. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, head to the left. Back to center. And head to the right. There might still be some tension through the shoulders. Sometimes it can creep up in headstand. So interlace the fingers behind. Inhale through the neck and shoulders. Exhale, hinge forward.
Bring the forehead to the mat. Reach those knuckles away one final time. Exhale, release the hands back, roll up to seated.
Take the legs from underneath. Bring them out in front. Internally rotate those inner thighs. We're grounding down through the bottom, toes flex back. Inhale, sitting tall, take fingertips behind to begin with. Exhale, hinge forward. Hands can stay behind to help you find length. If you're working a little further into the pose, the hands can come forward around the outside edges of the feet today, or even binding if that's for you. So breathe here. Soft, steady breath. Inhale. Come to a gazing pose and exhale. Release out. Inch yourself down onto the mat now. Lovely glute stretch, one of my favourites. It's nice to stretch out this area, whether you're a runner, cyclist, gym goer, or if you sit quite a bit with your work. This area always gets very tight for us. So right ankle across left thigh. Inhale here. And exhale. Draw that right thigh towards you, left thigh towards you. Hands come around the back of left leg or shin if you're working a little deeper. Breathe here, lower back pressing down towards the floor whilst you're pulling in the opposite direction. What happens is if the bottom lifts, we get less of a stretch. Right toes active. Right elbow can always open that right thigh a little more. See how that feels. That's usually a little deeper though, so don't worry if that's not where you're at today. If this is too challenging even, you can just keep that left foot onto the mat, press that right thigh open, or even take the foot against a wall. 3 more breaths. Exhale, release that left foot, and then the right. We take left ankle, final side, Left ankle across right thigh. Test how this side feels, just build awareness. Exhale, draw that right thigh in. Hands to the back of the leg or front of shin. Or I should say shin, because that is the front. Breathing there. It's funny what you end up saying in yoga. Toes flex back on the left foot, so that bone is off the thigh, it's not on the thigh. Lower back, check that it's lengthening, reaching towards the floor, even if it's not there, it's just that intention. Exhale, release right foot now and left. Both to the mat, take the knees to the right and left, some windscreen wipers. And we come to Shavasana now. Extend the legs away, stretch the arms overhead, reach on an inhale. Stretch, engage, and exhale, sigh out, let go. Take the arms back now to the side of your body. Legs can extend, knees can rest against each other. Or you can even bring soles of the feet together for a few breaths here. Oh, sorry, for your Shavasana here. Tuck shoulders under. Close your eyes. Just before you drift off, just notice is there energy pulsing through the body. Notice how you feel physically, also mentally, hopefully ready for the day. Drift off now, sink to the floor. Let go of your breath. Let the face soften. Let the neck soften. Chest, shoulder blades, heart center. So if you'd like to stay in your Shavasana longer, please do. Otherwise, slowly begin to bring some movement back through toes and fingertips. Perhaps it's a deeper breath. The head can sway from side to side. Stretch or hug the knees in. And roll to one side when you're ready, resting on your side. Press and roll up to seated, eyes remaining closed. Remind yourself of your intention. find gratitude together for the practice, for each other here, practicing together. But also perhaps think of someone, something you feel grateful for today. Joining our palms together into the heart centre now. We bow our heads. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day and hope to see you all again soon, next week and in person even sooner, hopefully. So have a great week and weekend and see you soon. Take care.